Hello everyone. In today's video we are going to talk about is ChatGPT and GitHub Copilot replacing programmers. Myself Mohammed Zubair and this channel is all about showing you how to become a highly paid IT pro really fast. So without any further ado, let's get started. Well, after GitHub Copilot, we have a new AI engine that is called as ChatGPT that is helping programmers and developers up to an excellent extent. And both of these engines are so much clever that they are ready to help you in any way with your programming problems and your development structure. The question is, are they enough able to replace programmers and developers completely? Well, let's talk about it in detail. Well, GitHub Copilot and ChatGPT both are developed by OpenAI and they are based on Codex engine. Both of these engines perform almost same functionalities, but obviously they perform their functionalities in different ways. Now let's talk about both of them in detail and let's see what is the phenomena. While OpenAI systems can produce some meaningful lines of code for you, but it does not mean that the software engineers or software developers should switch their jobs. AI researchers and programmers are very impressed with the skills and result of ChatGPT and GitHub Copilot. GitHub Copilot and ChatGPT are the tools that are powered by Codex, and this is a new AI system. They are created by the OpenAI. These engines understand your input significantly and then it returns you with the most appropriate answers. And these engines are trained on billions of lines of codes that are available publicly. As I mentioned earlier, that both of them offer almost same kind of services to you, but there is a huge difference in terms of how they assist you. I'll show you one common example on both of these engines and then you can understand it better. Well, first of all, let's talk about GitHub Copilot. Well, GitHub Copilot works great with your programs and softwares even if you use it in between the development phase, because it is a kind of tool that helps you with the line-by-line code and you do not need to use it from the start for your development phase. GitHub Copilot is also like a pair programming feature or pair programmer concept that is being used in development cycle. It provides you with an AI-assisted approach that helps you with the code collaboration and can help speed up your development cycle. And now let's see an example and let's see how GitHub Copilot works and how does it helps. So here I have my Visual Studio Code and here I'll write a comment as write a program to add, subtract, multiply and divide numbers. As soon as I hit enter, it knows what is need to be done. Here it says add function. I'll press tab key and I'll hit enter. Here it is defining those two numbers. Then it is adding both of these and we are good to go. I'll hit enter one more time. Now it has started to work on subtract function. Again it will define two numbers and here we have a return statement to subtract two numbers. After that I'll hit enter one more time and here it has started to work on multiply function. Now it has started the function. Here we have return statement and at the end it will start divide function. So you can see that it is giving us the answer line by line and we do not have to worry about anything. After that, if you hit enter one more time, at the end, it is having print statements. So as you can see that it is helping you with line by line code. And this is how Copilot works. Now, the question is, if the code is perfect that is given to us by GitHub Copilot, well, we talk about that later. At the moment, what I'll do, I'll just simply copy this particular query that I have entered into my GitHub Copilot and I'll ask my ChatGPT for the same query and let's see how does it responds. Well, this is my ChatGPT and I'll simply paste my query and at the end I'll write here in Python and hit enter. Or you can define any other programming language in which you want to have your answer. I'll just hit enter. Now ChatGPT will not answer us line by line. It will give us a complete code or complete solution, or you can say it will return us with the whole answer in one output. As you can see, it is generating the code for the whole query that we asked it, but that was not the case with our GitHub Copilot. It was giving us the instruction, or you can say it was assisting us with line by line answer. And that was the difference between GitHub Copilot and our ChatGPT. So from here, we just need to copy this code and we can use it directly. So this is the difference between how both of these operates. Okay, there is one more thing, and that is if I go back, let's say if there is a problem with this particular code, what will happen? Well, GitHub Copilot might assist you up to some extent in terms of your problem solving phenomena. But on the other hand, ChatGPT is very powerful. It will give you complete answer and it will return you with the right answer as well. For example, if I have an error or if I put an error in this one, and now if I copy this section, I'll just copy that. And here I'll ask my ChatGPT about the problem that I have in my code. So I'll write here, what is the potential problem with the following code? Let's see what do we get. I'll remove the comment from here. And here if you see here, it says it looks like there are typo in your function definition. The parameter 1b should be b, and here is the correct function. And here it has corrected the problem and it has given us the right code as well. That is not the case with GitHub Copilot. But till now we have an idea that how both of these work and how they offer different services to us. Now let's talk about the ChatGPT and how it works and what is the phenomena. Well, ChatGPT is more effective if you use it from the start of your development of your programming project. Yes, it can help you with your problem solving as I have shown you just now, and here I would say that it is much better than GitHub Copilot. But there is one drawback, or you can say there is one thing that we need to consider, and that is we have to use the code from ChatGPT to our IDEs. It means we can ask the query in here, and then from here we need to copy the code, or we need to take the help from here and then we have to use it into our IDE. But on the other hand, GitHub Copilot do that inside your IDE, which means you do not have to go anywhere else than stay in your IDE. This is where GitHub Copilot is slightly ahead than ChatGPT. While ChatGPT works by taking the input from you and then it analyzes it and generates the response based on its understanding of the conversation. And not only that, it can also use other sources of data such as your past conversation, the stored information, and even the sources like the internet. And after combining all of those sources, ChatGPT responds you with the query that you asked it. And GitHub Copilot understands what you want to have in the next line of code, and it also understands that what should be there in your code. For example, if I just hit enter, again hit enter, here it is telling us or suggesting us that there should be a print statement. So I'll just hit enter and here it says print 1.add, 2 for subtract, 3 for multiply, 4 for divide. Hit enter once again and here it is starting the iteration process. And here we have all the function in which it will check that what kind of operation user want to operate. So basically it gives you the suggestions line by line. So this was all about that how both of these engine works. And the conclusion is, yes, ChatGPT and GitHub Copilot are performing up to excellent extent, but are they going to replace programmers and developers? I would say that there are two answers to that, the short one and the long one. Short one is it will take some time and they are not going to replace programmers and developers in near future. And now let's talk about the other answers. So till now, as we have seen that both of these assist our programmers and developers in different ways, but still they reduce the efforts of the programmers and developers. But not both of them can give you with the exact right answer as both of them mentions it. Because one is Copilot that tries to give you the best code which may or may not work. And ChatGPT says on their page that it might produce harmful and wrong results as their limitations. So here if I click on new chat, here you can see in limitation it says may occasionally generate incorrect information. So it means we cannot rely 100% on the results that gets generated by the ChatGPT. Other than the code, there are other perspectives and there are other aspects of software development lifecycle. We are talking about the architectural design, testing, we are talking about the software efficiency, code efficiency, system load, and many other aspects. ChatGPT and GitHub Copilot are not that much efficient to understand the architectural problem and their solutions. For example, at the start of your program development or your software development, you know that for how much audience you are going to develop a particular program. For example, I'm going to develop a program for 1 million user base. And for that purpose, I will design my architecture according to that. After that, I'll have my development team according to that. I'll choose my technologies according to that. Then I'll have my testing cycle, implementation phase, and deployment phase. And after that, I'll have the maintenance according to my user base, which is 1 million. ChatGPT or GitHub Copilot are not efficient enough to understand your need and understand the user base, because they will give you with one-time code. And not only that, even if they give you the right or exact code that you require, you still need to have programming understanding to use that particular code. If you are a newbie and you just ask your ChatGPT or GitHub Copilot to give you with some answers, you'll not be able to use and understand those answers if you do not have any programming or development knowledge. So I would say that in near future, there is no chance that ChatGPT and GitHub Copilot is going to replace programmers and developers in the software industry. And that brings me to the end of today's video. And I hope now you have an idea that up to how much extent ChatGPT and GitHub Copilot can be helpful to you, and if they are going to replace programmers and developers. If that is the case, please leave a like, subscribe and press the bell icon. I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Till the next video, take care.